this man along. So thank you so much, Danielle. She's so talented, so it won't be making a difference if you had less time. But just so you all know, and a bit about Danielle, she started working as an actor out of her pure love of the arts. She is a versatile performer who has been making appearances on both the big and small screens and stages for over 15 years, working hard to develop her skills with each passing day. So let's give it up for Danielle!
I'm a bit weird. Me. There are others like me, so I'm not too bothered, but still it can be a bit weird to a lot of other people. I remember being about 4 and standing outside the school. I mean, it was scary. School. Like, noisy and smelly. It sort of smelt like polish and old books. Still can't go near one. So anyway, I'm standing outside in the September sunshine with my mum, and I was starting reception class. I remember thinking, oh God, not this again. Well, why is everything so hard and life so long, and I don't want to come. As I got older, I started seeing things. I remember when I was fast asleep, I heard my bedroom door creak open. What's up, Dad? He didn't say anything. He was just standing. The tall man was standing in the doorway. I couldn't see his face because it was like a silhouette by the moonlight. Is that you, Mike? My brother. No answer. Too tall to be Mike. So I jumped up in my quilt, stepped towards him and threw it on him, and then just disappeared. Into thin air. I could feel my heart sort of in my throat. But it wasn't the first time. One night, I opened my eyes and I just saw this hand, like sort of in between my bed and the wall, and it was sort of floating. I screamed, and Mum just said I was dreaming. So. My best friend Will, he used to hang out all the time. He was a right laugh. He was a bit of an odd kid, like me, I guess. But he was always just hanging out all the time. They just laughed. He made jokes like he was just a ghost. But he knew I got scared sometimes, so he'd sit with me before I go to sleep and just stay with me until I fell asleep, and then by the morning he'd gone. Mum didn't mind as long as she knew I was okay. She used to ask if he bought a stop for his tea, but asked me to ask him if he wanted a stop for his tea. Don't really know why she didn't just ask him myself. But he never did. He used to just wait in my room. And he'd be doing card tricks. He could do magic tricks. He was so good at magic. Like as good as any of those ones that you see on the telly. He could just make things appear and disappear. I remember one Halloween, we dressed up as ghosts. And we were like twins, except Will put his glasses on top of his ghost. There was a group of kids from up the road, they were trick-or-treating, so we decided to tag along. I went to school with them, but they didn't really know us. There was Vampire and Chucky, although I didn't realise it was his costume. Just kidding. They were all laughing at Will's glasses. We joined them, went house to house, and then you could see the younger ones like ramming their faces full of sweets when the mums were busy talking. They didn't notice. Will whispered to me. He said we should do a magic trick to get the group's attention. So I ran in front of the crowd and said, "Watch this!" And then Will said to take his outfit off him, so I pulled it off, and nothing was there. Oh, did it? His glasses just fell to the ground. Mrs. Jones nearly choked on her drumstick lollipop. And all the other kids were stood there with their mouths wide open with like coffee and sweets in it. Then one of the younger ones started to cry, and then other people started to cry, and so then one of the mums glared at me, so I thought it best I go home. When I was on my way home, I was trying to find Will. Will! And then I found him back home, and he was sat on the card on the wall, just laughing. Still never found out how he did it. He never told me. As I got older, I started to see him a bit less. I didn't see him as much, and then didn't really see him at all. Just busy, I guess. A couple of years later, we were moving house. Dad was sorting out the loft, and he found the spots. And it had like old faded flower on it. I'd never seen it before. We carefully opened it. And there's just a bunch of old photos in it. We found a photo that was of two people. smiling. There was a date on it. June 1949. And then there was a scribble that said, with Grandad. I took a good look at the picture and then I realised that's Will. How can that be? And he was smiling next to this tall man with only one arm.